For G, we have a quotient rule, right? So I have a function in the top, function in the bottom. So when I take the derivative of both sides, I'm going to get the derivative of y with respect to x. I'm going to get my bottom function times the derivative of the top function minus the top function times the derivative of the bottom function, all over that bottom function squared. All right, so just because there's a lot of stuff here doesn't make it any more difficult. In fact, this is a relatively easy one because each of these are straightforward functions, and we're going to be able to do some term-by-term differentiation. So we have that 3x squared minus 1 point, whatever. I'm going to have it here. I'm also going to have it in the denominator. And I'm also going to have it over here in that rightmost term. I'm also going to have the derivative of the top, right? Sine of x plus secant of x minus cosecant of x, and sine of x plus secant of x minus the cosecant of x. All right, so now it just boils down to, do we know these derivatives? So term by term differentiation here, right? It's three things being added, term by term differentiation there. So let's see if I could sneak it on the bottom of this page. We're going to get a 3x squared minus 1.6, whoops, x to the 1.6 plus 2. Derivative of sine is cosine. Derivative of the secant is the secant of x times the tangent of x. Derivative of the cosecant is basically the cofunctions of secant and cotangent, right? Because cosecant is the cofunction of secant. So it's going to be minus another minus, right? Because cosecant has a negative derivative, so that's going to be a plus. We're going to get a cosecant of x, cotangent of x. Again, if there's any of these derivatives that you don't know just off the top of your head, flashcard them up. We got a sine of x, we got a secant of x, we got a minus cosecant of x, and then derivative over here, we have a 6x. This whole thing is in parentheses. 6x minus 1.6x to the 0.6, right? That's just power rule over our denominator squared, which we are definitely not expanding out. 3x squared minus x to the 1.6 plus 2 whole thing squared. And there's our derivative.